Alto is back from Coachella and he's been cooking up a new Doffy deck for y'all. Even with the bans coming in and kicking Doffy in the shins, Doffy is still a strong deck and worth investing time into. If you like pulling the strings in your matches, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Card Kundini.
Alright y'all, we are back on the Doffy, and honestly, now that he's not top of the tier, I might be playing him a little bit more. Maybe that's just a little copium, and maybe I don't want to be playing the best deck in format. But with that being said, he's still super strong, even after losing the Jinbei. But yeah, this is what I'm currently running. It looks pretty familiar, but in replacement of the Jinbeis, I'm now running Red Rocks because of the fact that a lot of decks are running a lot of high-end cards. Things like Kid, the 8-cost Kid and Bonnie really helps in getting rid of him. 10-cost Teach, all the variations of Shanks that just pop board. I noticed as well the 9-cost Zoro coming back in Bonnie decks and in Limb decks. So this Red Rock is really strong. We're currently running that. We're running one Perfume Femur still. And I know that this is kind of the variation in terms of decks. I'm still running it. I tend to run into a lot of like low-end blockers that tend to be super annoying. So I'm still running this. Pretty useful. I might get rid of it, to be honest. What would most likely take its place is this Jozu. So Bounce is still really strong. And Jozu is probably one of the best cards that can do it, seeing that it can bounce back at 6 costs, which is pretty nuts. There aren't too many cards in the One Piece game that could like interact with the opponent's 6-cost characters. So this is really great. I'm currently running 3, might be 4 in the future. Kind of the stars of the deck are still kind of like all of the 4 costs in the deck. So Jinbei is no longer here, but we still have the Weevil, which can still draw us a card, keep our hand size relatively healthy. Not just that, but Law. You know, you could bounce back cards, and then especially into like things like red decks like Zoro that run a lot of like 3 costs or lower, or even Bello Betty. This card's really great because you could bounce back a Sengoku after playing it, return one of their cards, get a body on board, and then you have Sengoku, you know, whether it be for either playing out or for counter. Still really good. Honestly, this Teach is still such a good card and really makes the deck still prevalent. You know, in case of, you know, you're in a situation where you have to blind leader ability, this kind of takes out the guesswork. So if you have things like, you know, Gecko Moria or Boa Hancock, you just toss that on top of your cards, and then when you use leader ability swinging in for 7, you know, technically you could be swinging with 8 with a Hancock, which is really nice. So kind of like the gameplay loop is like you just want to be busting out this card, playing out your Sengoku, so then that way you have stuff to use for your Teach with leader ability. But yeah, this is what I'm currently running. Honestly, like I could also see another pudding coming into play. Right now there are a lot of decks that hand size tends to get kind of crazy, or you know, if they have like events and leaving cards up or leaving Dawn up, like Gum Gum Giant and things like that. Things like Pudding can really be useful. Also things like Usopp that tend to have like a lot of different cards that can add cards into their hand from either their leader ability or things like Cavendish. So yeah, really great card. One thing that I'm running that not a lot of people are running as well is this Law. So it's kind of like a last ditch effort to one, get a 2k in your hand, and then also get rid of a card in a opponent's hand. So for example, if this is at the top of life, you tack in 7, plays out this Law, you activate it, return a card, and then they have to take 1 card out of their hand. So overall, a net positive. So just kind of something I've found a lot of times I wasn't using the Mihawk outside of being a 2k, and yes, I do understand that it's a 5k attacker, so we'll see. I'm still testing it out. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the matches, y'all.
いきなりくらい止めてやるよ。
All right, we are playing some post-ban Doffy today. It's been a minute since I picked up this deck. Honestly, I'm a little worried. I'm not too sure how he'll do, but I'm down to try. They chose to go first. It's okay for us. Hopefully we could get a teach off of our Sengoku here. All right, we got him. Not terrible. Turn here. We can do a little search and then bounce back later just to kind of see where our hand's at. But honestly, I think it's okay. We'll end turn there. Let's see. The new Law deck is pretty strong. All right, the 3 costs with Rush. We'll resolve 1. Do we want to eat 2 here? Probably not. We'll give it 2k. That's fine. We'll resolve it. All right, so we got a couple options here. Let's go ahead and play this. We'll deploy. Play you out. We will grab ourselves another 2k. Turn cards. We'll put our Gecko Moria up top. Tack 7 into here. Should we tack into here? Yeah. And then we'll grab this. So we got a lot of 2Ks now. We don't have to eat too much here. Most importantly, I want to defend our board. Alright, they give. Essentially, we don't want their board to get like up to 5. Because then they can start using their leader ability. So if we could prevent that, that would be ideal. I gotta switch over my audio, by the way. Put on my headphones. Okay, they play out the Scratch Boy. The Scratch Boy Apu. They're gonna be trying to swing into our Teach. Luckily, we have a lot of counter. Yeah, we're not gonna give that. It's fine. We have Gecko Moria in hand, so we could pull out any of our characters. All right, are they gonna swing another 5 into it? That would be hella annoying. If they do that, then I'm willing to give it to them. That's fine. All right, they don't attack. Okay, so let's see. So we're at 6, pretty good. We can go ahead and do this. Actually, let's think. We could get rid of board presence, which would be pretty good. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do this. We can bounce back you, toss you back. We'll attack 5. We just want to lay down the pressure. We still have a lot of 2Ks, plus we got the Gecko Moria, so we're feeling pretty okay. We just don't want to get too greedy about using our 2Ks. Alright. They get rid of the Law. We'll attack another 5. Alright, they're down to 3 life. We'll go ahead and end turn there. I still think this Law is pretty... I mean, this Doffy deck is still pretty good. With the addition of the red rocks for like high-end cards, for example, if they like play out a Law here. Okay. Cavendish, hella annoying card. That's okay. See, attacking 6 here. 7. Not ideal. If they do, then I'm willing to give this go. Let this go. Oh, they switch it out. Interesting. Okay, because they popped. Got you. I like blinked and missed it all. Six. I'm not gonna give that. We'll do this. See what they play for 3. Maybe the Bonnie blocker, I believe. OP10 Bonnie blocker. Okay, they play out the Zoro. I'm willing to resolve that one. Okay, perfecto. So, we don't want to give them the opportunity to use that. So, we could do this. Once you out, we could attack 7 here. See if they save. They give, which allows us to play this. And we will grab ourselves. That's pretty good. And then what we'll do is so we could get a look into the other cards, and then not just that, but swing a little high. We'll toss the boa up top. 7, use card action, deploy. Start placing on top. We'll do pudding into law, so then we draw into the pudding. If they do take this, then that way we can get them pretty low here. Return cards. 8. Okay, they go ahead and take. We'll end turn there. Let's see. I really doubt that they're going to attack with their blocker here. Maybe they play the 7 cost law, put 1 on life. They do have a pretty big hand. Or maybe they go for the Cavendish play. Let's see, 5. Oh, they won't have enough for the law then. But yeah, I think the safest bet is to just go for law. See what we got in our trash. Bunch of 2Ks. Okay. You better hope we don't get a red rock next turn. So rather than developing board, we're probably just going to be swinging big next turn. Oh, they're going to try and go for the teach again. Let's see how they do it. Am I willing to give a 2 and a 1 here? Let's see, we know that law is next. Teach is like 3rd. We're gonna result. Because worst comes to worst, I could just grab it using Sengoku. Let's see, we're going to be at 10 dog next turn, so we're looking pretty solid, to be honest. Okay, and the Bonnie. Gonna freeze us up here. Honestly, that's fine. Okay. So let's see. I think we do this. We can grab ourselves our teach. Let's play our Sengoku. Let's see. Who should we grab? I think maybe this is probably good. Deploy here. Probably won't use leader ability here. Our board's pretty full. We could. Nah. Let's do a 7. I'm not going to use card action here. We're going to probably attack with our bow, and that's okay. Okay, the 2K. What else? Okay. Attack another 7. If they block 1K, then, or 2K. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and attack here. And we'll go ahead and end turn. All right. So as much as possible, we just want to defend board. At least keep up one of these. In order for these to attack in, they're going to require some donnage. So we should be looking pretty okay. Will they use leader ability though? Honestly, it might be a little risky. Might be a little risky. Interesting. They probably should have attacked here first. They probably should attack, set it up, and then they could attack again, but maybe a little misplay on their part. Okay. Honestly, if they want to waste attacks on this, I'll resolve it. That's fine. And then the rest of my board should remain okay. We should have the W after that. One. Easy peasy. All right, so 7 should land. And then toss everything onto Jozu. 17. And there's a dub. Not bad. Pretty good. Let's see. Did they have any way out of that? Not really, to be honest. Yeah, the early swings really did help. And oh, they said GG. I didn't say GG. I'm sorry, friend. But yeah, just keeping up board pressure, and I think the Jozus really helped in terms of fucking up their tempo, because they kind of needed this Cavendish in order for them to kind of like start swarming board. And, as you guys saw, like once they did have the Cavendish on board, they were able to kind of start setting up, and yeah, overall, GG. All right, we are going against the Zoro here. This hand isn't that good. Mulligan. All right, this hand is a little bit worse. We'll end turn there. All right, they play out the Nami. And so it begins, the Tony Chopper. Okay, this isn't terrible. So we'll go ahead and deploy here. Toss this up. Attach 2. Swing. Use card action. Okay, we'll go ahead and end turn there. I'm okay with giving a croc if they swing 7 here. Okay, no 7. And the Tony chops. We'll resolve this one. Okay, so they definitely want to bait us into using, let's see, start placing on top. I think honestly the bounce will be really strong here. Probably switch here. Yeah, this looks good here. All right. We'll attack in here first. Let's see. We'll attack 7. All right, they put out the duck. We know that we have a law up there, so we'll attack here. Use card action, deploy, pull this back, put the duck back. Okay, the counter out, not terrible. We have a decent amount of counter in hand. Honestly, we're probably going to be using our Gecko Marias to pull back laws. Law is just really strong in this matchup. We won't give this one. Counter out. I think we have a Jimbei next. Alright, Hiking Bear. That card's hella annoying. We could resolve this one. All right, so we got 7. I think. I think we'll deploy here. Start placing on top. Oh, is this the order that we want? I think we're always going to want this and then this now. Turn cards, we do this. Attack here. This looks fine. Do that. Put law up there. Attack 7. Use card action. We'll return you. Okay, well, end turn there. Oh, dragon. Interesting. Go no blocker. We'll give 2 here. This way they're gonna have to dedicate multiple swings here. No blocker resolve. I And then we'll block this one. Okay. So not super ideal. Okay, so they have 6 cards in hand. I think it's okay to do this. Is that 9? Let's think. What is the most advantageous thing that we can do? Honestly, I think we need to get rid of him. We'll go ahead and grab Law. Or maybe we should get a 2K. We'll grab a 2K. Okay. Attack here. They're running pretty low on resources, which I like to see. Go ahead and attack here. End turn there. Okay, the double Zoro and the chopper. We'll resolve that one. Get to keep one of ours, not bad. Resolve. We'll go ahead and resolve this one as well. All right. So we're gonna be doing a lot right now. Start placing on top. Let's see, honestly, we're probably gonna need this relatively soon. Return cards. Use card action, we'll deploy. Deploy here. Start placing on top. Do this. So I gotta think, can they go for game next turn? I mean, Nami is like a non-issue essentially. But let's go for leader. Alright, it's gonna become a big problem if they have like double rushers, but they have to attack into life if they. Oh god. We gotta survive one. Okay, they're swinging big into board. No block or resolve. I think they made a mistake, to be honest. No block or resolve. Let's resolve it. Okay. What is this? We'll go no blocker. Use Jozu. I mean, either way, we're going for game next turn. We use sugar, why not? Okay. So, 3 cards. We go with this. 10. And hopefully those aren't all 2Ks. 11. Oh, not bad. All right. GG, we got the win with the Doffy, the nerfed Doffy. Honestly, still felt pretty strong. The Swarm was obviously scary, but luckily they weren't able to go back to back. Also, really strong in this matchup, Law. The 4-cost bounce Law is really strong, so felt pretty good. All right, on to the next. All right, we're going against the Law here. This hand's pretty good, to be honest, but I am feeling kind of greedy. All right, we'll keep. Deploy here, we'll grab ourselves a Jinbei. Yeah, Jinbei's pretty good. We're gonna be blind leadering unless we can get a teach off of life. All right, they do a search of their own. Let's see what they pulled. They pulled the Tashigi. All right, blind leader ability. Haven't done this in a minute. Oh, we luck out. Start placing on top. This is the ideal order, honestly. Swinging an 8. They take. Let's go ahead and end turn there. Hopefully they don't big swing here. We can go ahead and resolve that one. I mean, it's just dead in my hand. It's fine. Let's do that. All right, they bust out the chopper. It's fine for us. We'll go ahead and deploy here. We'll go ahead and yeah, we should probably use leader ability. And we'll put our Jinbei up. We'll go ahead and swing. Use card action deploy. Got ourselves our Law. They take. And then we're going to be swinging again here with the 8. The counter out. All right. Let's see. 6 on. We might see the big Tashigi. Or yeah, smoker. Six to 6. Nah. All right, so remove from play due to opponent's effects. You may instead rest this character. Okay, so I think what we want to do is we want to get rid of that as much as possible. So we'll go ahead and deploy here. We'll try and bounce you out. Oh, okay, we bounce him out. No problem. We can play out you again. We can grab another Jinbei. We'll use leader ability. So Jinbei. Attack 7, use card action, we'll deploy over here. attack 6. We'll attack 7. All right, we'll end turn there. Our board's looking pretty stacked, so feeling pretty good. So I think that we'll probably use the grab blade next turn. And then they'll rest this, and then we could attack into it. We just gotta defend this board as much as possible. Just gotta remember to use our event cards before we attack. Okay, the KO. Not bad. I'll take that. 4 done up. Jesus. We'll give 2. We can resolve this one. And the chopper. Okay. So we could try and go for game. Or we could try and bounce him back. Let's do that. Let's attack a 7. 2 cards. You take. So I think we attack with a 6. We attack with a 5. And then if we do this, and we toss this up, attack the 11, that should be game. Yeah. All right, GG. I'm not sure why they went this route versus like going down the kid route. The kid really puts a halt on the Doffy, but with that being said, we did get pretty lucky in the sense where we got a lot of boas and a lot of weevils, so we were able to kind of like stack our board, keep our hand size relatively good, and then we didn't have to use like the Martial Teach too often because of the fact that we had a good look into our deck and the order based on our boa effect. But yeah, overall GG. All right, so Lim seems to be one of the terrorists to be showing up more recently here. We'll go ahead and keep this hand. We'll play it out. All right, so we're gonna want something to pull in here. We'll start placing on top. We'll go here and here. All right, we'll end turn there. We want to make sure, so they're probably going to play out the 1-cost Lim. Yep. I'm going to send her up. Okay, that's fine. We'll go ahead and attack in here, use card action, deploy. Okay, we'll go ahead and end turn there. I think next up we got a Jozu, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, we didn't pull into our our teach, but that's fine. We will counter out of this one. Just so we can keep the bodies up. All right. So we are at 5. Let's see, what would be the best move here? We could get rid of this next turn. They did stand him up, so that's fine. So I think it's okay to go ahead and play this out. Cards in hand. Yeah, that's fine. We'll play this out. We'll grab our buggy. We'll attack a 6. If they go wide next turn, we're going to be at 7, so we can Raging Tiger them, which is perfect. Alright, they go ahead and take. We'll go ahead and attack another 6. Alright, they counter our 2. That's perfect. We'll end turn there. We're going to be seeing a Jozu next, so... Let's see. I'm assuming they're debating on attacking into this wheel or if they should be going for life. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if they went for life. That would be actually pretty ideal for us. Then we could just swing as normal. Okay, they play out the limb. Gives them a little search. Six, we could give them 1. And then 6, we'll give another 2. Okay, let's see them stand them up here. Let's go ahead and use this. Return those to deck. We'll go ahead and attack 5. We'll attack another 5. And we'll go ahead and attack the 6. Alright, they 2k out. So next turn, we're probably going to play out Jozu and bounce back some cards. Then we can get a decent look into our the top of our deck as well. We only need 1 Jozu, so we can counter out 1 here. 6 will resolve that one. 9, let's see what they put. I'm hoping that they go ahead and put down... Okay, that's fine. And we'll resolve that. Okay. So... unfortunately, we don't have that option, so we'll do this. We'll attack, use card action, deploy. This order looks pretty good. Alright, we'll end turn there. Next, we just want to establish bodies, so get as many out there as possible. We're probably going to do like a Jozu plus Weevil combo. Or, since we know that we have a Law up here, that would be completely fine as well. We can resolve that one. Resolve. And the 7 will resolve that. I think we'll go no trigger here. Okay. put those away. We'll go ahead and do this. Deploy. We'll use the action. Toss you up. 1, 2. We'll go ahead and attack. Use card action. Deploy. We're most likely going to get this one. Oh no, they cut her out. Alright, that's fine. So technically next turn we can technically next turn we should be able to work around this or go for lethal regardless. Okay, Big Mom. That's fine, that's fine. So we'll go ahead and play this out here. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get that, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and grab you. We'll deploy here. Start placing on top. We can do this since oh, let's go ahead and put that here. And go ahead and do this. They don't have an Odyssey character. Okay, perfect. So we'll go ahead and attack in here. And then we'll put you up there. And we'll go ahead and let's see. This is at 8. It's 9. We'll do that. One turn there. One card in hand. We're looking pretty solid. We'll go no block and resolve it. Alright, the double attacker. Okay, so go ahead and do this. Do that. And I think we just want to bring them down as low as we can. No. Attack. They couldn't see. I wouldn't say yes, but I mean, who knows, right? Anything could happen.